I just stopped paying $200 a month for Claude Opus and replaced it with a free open source model that does 95% of the work. Most people are paying top tier prices for AI work that the new DeepSeek V4 Pro would absolutely crush for a fraction of the price. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to wire Hermes Agent up with all three models. Claude Opus as the mastermind, DeepSeek grinding away all night, and ChatGPT 5.5 critiques all the work until it's sharper than what Claude could ship alone. Plus, I'll give you the Soul.md file that gives Hermes all the context it needs on your business. So you can slash your AI bill by 90% and get frontier level work in minutes. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Jimmy Barkway. I run a profitable AI startup. So grab yourself a fresh cup of tea and let's dive straight in. So DeepSeek dropped a couple of weeks back, and although its reasoning power is not as good as Claude Opus, it is 90% of the way there. I was spending hundreds of dollars every month, and I've cut that down to just $10 with this triad of different models, and DeepSeek V4 Pro taking most of the heavy lifting. One thing I found myself doing again and again whenever starting a new agent, whether it's Claude, Hermes, OpenClaw, I had to re-explain my business and my life every time we started again. So I decided to create this Soul.md file. MD stands for Markdown. It's basically just a wall of text that is easily readable by agents. In this, we have my identity, what I'm trying to achieve, what my business looks like, my tone of voice, and any hard no's that I don't want it to do as it works as my PA. Link for this will be down below. Make a copy of the Notion page, fill this out once, and you will never have to do this again. Trust me, it is worth the time saving. So we're going to set up three models. Opus 4.7 is still the best model out there for coding and deep reasoning tasks. So we're still going to use that, and it's going to act as the orchestrator creating our original brief before DeepSeek V4 Pro does the heavy lifting all night long. And then GPT 5.5 is going to review what DeepSeek has created. Because DeepSeek is so cheap, but also so powerful, it can afford to go back and forth with itself, try lots of different things, fail, and then succeed by failing enough times that it works. Whereas if Claude Opus 4.7 was doing the same thing, the API bills would rack up in no time. I'm sure you've seen this. Ever since Anthropic stopped allowing you to use your Claude subscription to run an autonomous OpenClaw agent, everyone's been forced to use their API keys, which are as expensive as it gets. The difference between using Claude Opus on its own and this team that we're about to put together is night and day. We could use DeepSeek all on its own, but we really want that reasoning power from Claude Opus to oversee everything and write our initial briefs. I've put together this Notion guide, which you'll be able to find in a link down below, and that will have everything you need to follow along today. The first thing you want to do is, again, link down below, find the Soul.md Notion file. You just duplicate this to your own Notion guide, fill in all the gaps about your identity, what your mission and your goals are, money metrics, mission, everything about your business. Just go crazy here. It's really going to help if you use something like Whisperflow. I'm not affiliated with these guys at all, but I do use it every day and I absolutely love it. You just press a button, talk into the mic, and your words appear magically on screen, reformatted using AI. So if you make any mistakes, if you say something twice, it will just type it out as it should be typed out. Fill in the information about your business. There's going to be a bit about voice and communication here as well. Do you want Hermes Agent to be direct with you, detailed, short by default, one question at a time? How do you want it to write on your behalf? Dry and confident, warm and professional, academic, British, American, Canadian. This is personal to you guys, so just go ahead, spend some time with this. First thing we're going to need is your OpenRouter API key. OpenRouter easily connects you with all the different APIs under the sun that you can imagine. Claude Opus, GPT, DeepSeek, all these open source models, closed source models. It is just one API that you give to Hermes, and it can have any model that is available to it. So just to give you an idea, there are hundreds of different models available on here. It's super reliable, and you can track all of your spending from one place. You just add credits to OpenRouter, and each AI just draws from that same pot. To get your API key, just click this button right here. That'll take you to your API keys page. You'll hit add new key, and then you can just copy that key and you're golden. Now, if you've been living under a rock for the past few months and you haven't heard about Hermes Agent, this has been essentially the OpenClaw killer. Since OpenAI acquired OpenClaw, I've been running into all sorts of issues with my cron jobs. Every update that comes around, my cron jobs start breaking, OpenClaw stops responding, I'm having to restart gateways left and right. I do not experience that with Hermes Agent. Not only that, but the community is massive. There are updates all the time. These updates do not break my Hermes, it just keeps on running. And one of the key features here is that Hermes is really skill focused. It updates its skills automatically, which makes it a learning agent. It learns more about you, it learns about your business, it learns how to do things better the next time it comes to do the same thing. And it does this on autopilot. Now, we can install this on a local machine, or you can install it on a VPS. The process is the same either way. You just copy this command, go into a terminal, paste that command, press enter. That's going to install all of the dependencies, everything needed to get it running on your machine. And it'll do that again automatically. Once that's done, just type in Hermes space setup. And that is going to bring you to a page that looks like this. I recommend you go for quick setup because that's going to cover everything we want to do in this video. So just press enter. And for now, we're just going to put open router, and you can leave this as normal, just keep current. Now's a good time to set up our messaging. I always use Telegram just because it's dead easy. They've got a really good API built in. Press space to select and enter. Now you need to use the search bar at the top to search for the bot father, and that will bring you to this guy. Type in /help, and that will show you all of the commands that you can use. And then we want /new bot. Call it whatever you like. This username has to be unique and it has to end in bot. And then you want to open this, press start, and just say something like, hey. Sending a message to the Telegram bot is going to wake it up and make it discoverable by Hermes. Really important. And you can just paste that in there, press enter. Now we're going to need your user ID from Telegram. And you get this by searching for user info bot. And then this is the guy you want. And you just click that and it's going to give you your user ID. Paste that into Hermes Agent. And this is going to ensure that only you are able to talk to Hermes because this ID is unique to you. Do not show this to anybody. Then we can launch our Hermes chat. Let's go. Hey Hermes, how's it going? Hey, going well, thanks. What can I help you with today? Now you want to paste in your Soul.md file to give it all the context it needs about yourself and your business. Done once and you never have to do it again. Hey Hermes, can you update your Soul.md file so that all of this information is loaded and understood with every conversation? Let me know when it's done. Okay, looks like it's loaded all of that in. Everything about my voice, my business, any hard no's. Done 2-tier setup, so it loads every conversation. Compact summary now lives in the user memory. Injects into every turn, covers identity, voice rules, banned words, no M dashes, locks decisions, hard no's. And it's saved as a skill, Jimmy Soul at this location, listed in my skills catalog and auto-loaded whenever you ask for audience-facing writing or strategy work. Auto-updating skills without us having to ask it to do it. Now, there'll be a link in the Notion guide, which is going to take you here, where I've put the Triad Python script. And effectively what this is doing is switching between Claude Opus, DeepSeek V4 Pro, and OpenAI GPT 5.5. And the script is all written out there for you. And once you've downloaded the Triad Python script file, you need to get this into your .hermes folder. Now, this is going to be different whether you're on a VPS or whether you're local. I'm on a VPS today. So I'll be completely honest, I asked Claude Code to do this for me. It can be a little fiddly, so I highly recommend using Codex or Claude Code to either remote into your VPS, or if you're running Hermes on your local machine, even better, it can just install this for you with one command. Just follow the Notion guide and that'll take you where you need to go. Hey Hermes, can you go ahead and write me 5 viral tweets in the AI automation niche that will help me grow my Twitter? 5 tweets, 5 different archetypes, tool stack outcome, Claude Code and Hermes Agent, and a $6 VPS equals a 24/7 AI employee that ships work while you sleep. No prompts, no babysitting, just a tab you open in the morning to see what you got done. Most AI tools are a waste of $20 a month. The only stack you actually need in 2026, one model for thinking, Opus, one model for grunt work, DeepSeek, and one always-on agent wiring them together, GPT 5.5. Everything else is upsell. And if we come to our logs, you can see that it's now splitting between 5.5, V4 Pro, and Opus 4.7. And looking at the costs, you can see that we spent only a little bit extra with DeepSeek, but we've got 3,000 tokens compared with just 72 tokens out of Claude Opus. So you can see it's doing its job as being the mastermind, the orchestrator, the one who writes the brief, and then OpenAI and DeepSeek doing all of the grunt work. Although we have spent a little bit more on DeepSeek than we did on Opus, the amount we have gotten out, we've spent about twice as much on DeepSeek in that run than we did on Opus. But you can see that it is about 40x as many tokens out the other end for that price. Super happy with this. So there you have it. We learned how to cut our token costs by 90% or more by splitting the work between Claude Opus, DeepSeek V4 Pro, and ChatGPT 5.5. You're probably wondering, Jimmy, this is all well and good, but what's the use of having Hermes Agent if I don't know what to do with it? I hear you. Check out this video next and I'll show you exactly how I'm using Hermes Agent in my business.